stimulating the immune system. So we are having circulatory system and lymphatic system in our body, which keeps moving the fluid from the toe of our body to the head of our body. So this fluid carries the debris from all parts of the organs of the body, and it refines and it supplies to all the organs of the body, so that all organs of the body keeps working at the normal position. But this circular system, in this cardiovascular system, we have a heart that keeps on pumping the blood from all organs, from the bottom of the body to the top part of the body. Whereas this lymphatic system doesn't have any pumping mechanism that can pump the blood or that can pump the fluid, consisting of fighting soldiers that fight against the diseases in the environment, and keeps building the immune system. So to circulate this throughout the body, we need movement in our body, so that this lymph fluid circulates throughout the body, so that it maintains the immune system in our body. So movement is the medicine in our body. So today we are going to practice some of these movements, so that it can improve the circulation of the lymph fluids throughout the body and throughout the lymph nodes that is present in our body. So starting with the first position, with the start posture of the body, it is called as the Anulom Vilom. Anulom Vilom is a very basic yoga that everybody knows. It is dealing with the circulatory system. It is associated with the circulatory system. But before going to the lymphatic system, we will start with the yoga practice that is mainly based with the circulatory system. So this Anulom Vilom starts with by blocking the right nostril and suck air through the left nostril with a deep suction, and hold it for just a fraction of seconds, 2 to 3 seconds, and release it from the right nostril. Then block the left nostril, suck it from the right nostril, and release it from the left nostril. So this is completing one cycle. This cycle will we will make it for 15 rounds or 16 rounds in 3 rounds. Okay. Let us start with Anulom Vilom. First, take the breath from the left nostril and press the right nostril. While taking this while sucking this air, you must see that your abdomen is coming out and it's filled with air. Okay. And while releasing from the right nostril, you should feel that it is throwing out with a jerk, and it is fully compressed inside. Your abdomen should go inside. Okay. So let's start with left nostril by blocking the right nostril.
Just a minute, all please make your video on.
Okay, so let us start. See how the abdomen is swelling out, and then breathe out. The abdomen should go inside, and again suck it from the right nostril. At the same time, the abdomen should come out, and from the left nostril, block the right nostril, throw the air out. So this is one cycle. Okay. So we will be doing it in the same fashion for 15 to 16 times. And relax. Relax for 2 to 3 breaths. And again, we will start for 15 to 16 times. And keep one thing in mind that when you are starting with left nostril by blocking the right nostril, right? So it should finish also by throwing the air out through the left nostril. Correct? From the point which we are starting, the same point it should be while ending. Okay, take 2 to 3 breaths, and we will start the final round. Okay, let's start. Okay, with this, we are done with the first posture. Hopefully, everybody has done it perfectly. Whether anybody is having any doubt, you can let me know. Okay, fine. So next is next going to this lymphatic system exercise. So we will be going through some near about 6 postures. So why I have done this Anulom Vilom at the first stage, because there is a certain gap between these 2 postures. There are 2 postures where 10 to 15 minutes gap is required between Anulom Vilom to the other posture that is included in the lymphatic system yoga. Okay, so next posture is our pulling the ears. In childhood, we might be getting this punishment as a punishment in schools. Teachers used to give us the punishment by holding the ear and standing for some near about 15 minutes and 20 minutes outside the corridor. So now the scientific reason it is revealed that pulling the ears and catching the ears and pulling the ears standing there for 15 to 20 minutes is nothing bad. So next time when teachers give punishment to your children, you should not be worried about, rather you should be happy that your children are building an immune system, a good immune system. Fine. So this poster is about pulling the ears, because lot of lymph nodes is present over the soldier's area, and to activate the fluid and to circulate the fluid in this region, we need to have the exercise of this. Okay, so hold the ear in this fashion, pull the ear down, okay, and release it. Pull it, release it. Pull it and release it. We will do it for 15 to 16 times, same in the same fashion for 3 rounds. Whatever postures you are practicing, it should be done for 15 to 16 times for 3 rounds. Okay. So we'll start by pulling the ears and release. 2, 3. Okay. We'll get some gap, 2 to 4 seconds, and again we'll start. Pull the ears down and release. It is said that stress is inversely proportional to smile. So while stretching, have a smile on your face so that there will be less pain and less stress in your body. And this exercise will be very effective. So after pulling of ears, then we will be doing of cycling of ears. So cycling, how to do the cycling of ears is, stretch the ears out, hold it at the center of the ear, hold your both thumbs at the center of the ear and pull it out. After pulling it out, make it in cycling, forward, clockwise. Clockwise, move it like this. Okay. After making it pulling clockwise or moving it at clockwise for 10 rounds, then we have to do it in anti-clockwise. That means counterclockwise, reverse direction. In reverse direction, we should move the ears. Okay. So we'll start with the cyclic order. Then with in anti-clockwise, backside, reverse. Confirm that your ears are stretched out. While cycling in clockwise or anti-clockwise, ears should be stretched out. Okay, the second round. So this is how this exercise would go out. You might have noticed that there many times there are some lymph nodes present over the shoulder area. So by this exercise, you can circulate these fluids, these lymph node fluids, so that there will be no accumulation of this fluid area or the swelling of the lymph nodes over this area. Because there is no certain exercise for overcoming the swelling of these lymph nodes. So these are certain exercises from starting of the body, the lymphatic system that is present in the whole body. There is no such exercise that you can activate the fluid or you can circulate the fluid in the lymphatic system. So these are some of the best exercises that you can make the fluid circulate in the lymphatic system. So final round in cyclic order. Fifteen times. 15 times. Each posture is of 15 times. By holding it outside, stretch it outside and cycling. All right. 15 times over. Then in anti-clockwise. Backside, reverse. Hopefully everybody's ears might have got hot. Okay. So it's a good symbol. Nothing to worry about redness of ears or the temperature, the rise in temperature of the ears. There's nothing to worry about. You will feel good that your brain is activated right now. You will be feeling some sensation over here also. Okay, fine. Then next, going to the lymph nodes present over the shoulder area. There are a lot of lymph nodes present in the shoulder area. To activate the fluid or to circulate the fluid in the lymph nodes present in the shoulder area, this is called the pumping of shoulders. So how to do this? We will start with by raising the shoulders to the lower part of the chin, bring it up to here, and keep the hands straight onto the knees. Bring the both the shoulders to the bottom part of the chin, like this. Then breathe in, breathe out. Abdomen should go inside completely. While breathing in, it should come out, and breathing out, it should go in completely. If you want to confirm it, have a palm on your abdomen and see that it is going inside at the extreme position. Okay, so we'll start. Then pump. This is also for 10 times. And similarly, in this fashion, for 3 rounds. Relax for 2 to 3 seconds. Then again, lift, breathe in, breathe out, pump. Last round. After pumping, relax. Throw the air out and then relax. Relax for 4 to 5 seconds, and then we will go for the next posture. So for between every consecutive posture, there should be a gap of 5 to 6 seconds, or most probably 10 seconds to make it comfortable as per your body condition. Okay. So next, going to the abdomen area. In our body, this is the biggest diaphragm. This is the biggest diaphragm of our body, where it can pump the fluid system in a very effective manner. So the lymph nodes present over here, and the yoga posture that I was speaking about at the beginning of the session, that there should be a gap between the Anulom Vilom and this posture. This posture is called as Kapalbhati Pranayama. This also everybody might be knowing it. So the gap between the Anulom Vilom and this Kapalbhati Pranayama should be near about 10 to 15 minutes. So now hopefully it's near about 15 minutes gap. So to start with this, you have to make your body in a straight posture. Keep it in a straight posture. Make straight that your spinal cord is fully straight. Okay. Then inhale. Abdomen should come out and inhale out with a jerk. Okay. Like this. So it should go out. And to confirm it, have a palm for first few seconds, so that you should confirm that it is coming out and it's going inside with a jerk. With a sudden motion, it should go inside. It should not be very slow. While breathing, it should be slow position, but while throwing out the air, it should be a huge suck, like this. Like this. It should go inside. Okay. So we'll start. Okay. And the gap between each suction and inhaling and exhaling out should be steady manner. It should be in a steady manner. It should not be very fast. Some people do like this. Just watch me. No, this is wrong. Neither you can do like this. This is also wrong. Have a steady posture. Have a steady cycle. It should go like this. Keep both the hands straight. Inhale in. Abdomen should swell out. Suck in as much as air possible. And then throw out with a jerk. Like this. Completely it should go inside with a instantaneous. Okay? So we will be doing. To confirm, those who are doing it on the first basis or on those who are doing in the wrong method, confirm that it is being done with this methodology. Then you can inhale. So once you are inhaling and then you are exhaling, it should not be continuously, you should not inhale. Once you are inhaling, it should be like inhaling and exhaling. But you are inhaling air once, and for 15 to 16 times you are exhaling. Okay? And it should be in this steady position. It should not be very fast rate. It should not be at a fast rate or at a slow rate. Fine? Relax for 3 to 4 seconds, and then we'll go for the second round. Inhale once, and then exhale out with a jerk. Then continue. Likewise, we should do all the 3 rounds in the same manner. The final round. Those who are doing it, you can confirm it with your palm by keeping it on your abdomen. Inhale once, take sufficient air, make sure that your abdomen is full out and it is full of air. Then release it with a jerk and repeat this posture for near about 15 to 16 times. Okay. Whatever, as I have said, whatever posture you are making, it should be done in a 15 to 20 times with 3 rounds. So the final round. So when you are doing all these postures, slowly you will feel that your abdomen is not having the strength to do more and more. That means you are doing it in a correct method. The more and more stress it is building, you can conclude that all the organs inside are subjected to a very good amount of a very good quantum of this exposure of this posture. Right. So next is our Agnisar. So Agnisar, it is also related with this abdominal area to pump this diaphragm. Just Agnisar. You have to inhale inside, then exhale out. Make sure that the abdomen has gone inside the maximum point, and then pump the diaphragm. Is it clear? First of all, be in this posture. Keep both the hands straight onto the knees and inhale the maximum amount of air. See that the abdomen is coming out, and then exhale out. Make it reach to the extreme point inside, and then pump. Without exhaling out, pump. Hold the air inside. After breathing out, hold the air inside. Neither you should inhale, neither you should exhale out, and then you pump the diaphragm. Okay, so sit in the straight position. Make sure that spinal cord is straight, and both the hands are straight on the knees, and inhale. You pump. Do it for 15 to 16 minutes and same in 3 rounds. While pumping, make sure that the abdomen is coming out and going inside as far as possible. For the beginners, it is not an issue. Slowly, you will develop this habit. Okay, second round. And then pump. Relax. Make sure that you are not inhaling or exhaling while pumping. That is the main thing to be kept in mind. The final round will be going. Is it comfortable to everybody? Everybody is able to do. If any concern is there, you can let know your cardio instructor, so that he will again guide you properly. Or else I will repeat the posture. I will show you how to do again. Okay, next coming to the groin area. There are a lot of lymph nodes present in this groin area also. And this is the area from where this is a junctional area where you are sitting, if you are standing, or if you are sitting means many times it is blocked. Because many times throughout the day, we do our activities by sitting in office or by sitting at meeting places. And this circulation is not being effective in this groin area. So to make it effective, the next pranayam position that we are doing is the butterfly position. Butterfly. Keep both the feet close, okay, and bring it to the as far as possible. Bring it near to your body. For beginners, it will be in this position, not an issue at all. You can start with this, and while stretching also, you try to bring it towards the body. So it is better if you are able to bring it as far as near to the body. Okay, keep in touch. If it is coming in touch of this body, no issue. Hold both the feet with the hand and start flapping. The flapping should be like that. This bottom part of your leg, it should touch the bottom part of the knee. It should touch the ground. Beginning, it will not touch the ground because it will not be active. This will not be flexible enough so that maximum point it can't flap out. So at the beginning, it is not a concern. You can do it relaxedly. You can do. Don't stress your body and start the posture. And make sure that your body is straight. The spinal cord should be straight. And while flapping, you can breathe in or breathe out normally. This is also for the same 15 times, 16 times, or 20 times, or else 30 to 40 seconds you can do in 3 rounds. Okay, then relax. Again, hold the feet, bring it near to the body as far as possible, and start flapping. Make sure that your body is straight, back is straight. First of all, you can start it slow, those who are doing it at the first time, and slowly you can increase your repo. Ready to 40 seconds. Then relax. And again, bring it. Hold both the feet with your hand and start. So this pumping is very effective. As you might be seeing that right now, it warms up the body. Very quick, it warms up the body. Even it will lead to sweating. Fine. And then relax. Between every posture of this body, between every posture of the yoga while doing, you should have a relaxation of 10 to 12 seconds or as per the comfortable of your body. Because the prime idea is not to stress the body, but rather stretch the body. So have a smile on your face and stretch the body as far as possible, and make it sure that your body is comfortable with all the yoga practices. And the final posture that I am going to show you is how to pump the calf muscles. This is very effective for those who are having very varicose vein or swelling of feet because of prolonged period of sitting in the office, and those who are doing the sitting job. Many people are having this problem with their feet, that the feet are swelled out, and also varicose problem that people are facing. So this is the area where the lymph nodes are present, and the circulation is very tough. It is very critical because it is at the bottommost part of the body. So these lymph nodes present over this muscle area, there is a certain exercise which can improve the circulatory system of these lymph nodes and can active and can make the activity of these lymph nodes to circulate the fluid throughout the body. So the final posture is stand straight, and make sure that if you are the beginner means you can fall down. So make sure that you are having something, okay, at the front or at the back side, a chair or a handrail or wall. You can do it like this. So come on to the feet, come on to the toes, and then go back to the knees, toes, okay? First onto the toes, and then go back to the heel. First on the toes, and then go back to the heel. Fine. If you are falling down means have a wall in front of you, or a rail, grabbing rail, or a chair. And do this for 20 to 30 seconds. You can repeat it as many as times throughout the day, not an issue. You can do it. It's a very effective exercise if you are doing it in your office or halls or while roaming everywhere. This is a general practice you can do, and it's the best exercise for the calf muscles for circulating the fluid of the present in the lymph nodes. Okay, we'll start with 20 seconds, 10 seconds. Fine. So this can be done in 3 rounds, and also you can do it as many rounds throughout the day. There is no limit for this posture, and it's very good for the leg and foot system also, because this is the only part where circulation of this lymphatic system, or the circulation of the fluids through this lymphatic system, is very minimal. Relax for 10 to 15 seconds. And again starting the round. So this is how pumping the calf muscles. So hopefully, the 7 postures that I have shown you are basically related how to boost the immune system, or how to activate the soldiers, or how to strengthen the soldiers that are present in the immune system to fight back all the disease or viral infections that is existing in the environment. So the basic idea of giving this is nothing but this is the basic posters. These are not only the least methods. There are lots of methods, but these are the effective methods that I have shown you today. 7 methods. Have a practice of these 7 methods. To have a quick revision, I will tell you the first poster. The first poster that we have started our session is with Anulom Vilom, by taking air from the left nostril, block the right nostril, and then block the left nostril, release it through the right nostril, again suck it through the right nostril and release it through the left nostril. So this completes with 1 cycle. And repeatedly, similarly, likewise, you can do it for 15 to 16 times with every 3 rounds. Whatever you are doing, it should be 10 to 15 times with 3 rounds, or 20 to 30 seconds in 3 rounds. So first was Anulom Vilom. Second is pulling the ears, okay, and then releasing. Third was cycling of ears in cyclic and anti-cyclic, in clockwise or in anti-clockwise direction, okay. And the fourth was this pumping the soldiers by inhaling, by taking the soldiers to the bottom part of the chin, to the maximum bottom part of the chin, and then inhale, exhale out, and then pump the soldiers. So pumping the soldiers was of the 4th position. And the 5th posture was of which is known as the queen of the yoga, is known as the Kapalbhati. That Kapalbhati also you can inhale and then exhale out with a jerk. And without inhaling or exhaling, you should exhale for near about 15 to 16 times, and make sure that you should not inhale in between air. In between this pumping, you should not inhale air. So the 5th position was Kapalbhati, and the 6th position was this Agnisha. That was also related with the abdominal diaphragm. In that position, in that posture, you have to inhale air and then exhale it out. And in that position, keeping the abdomen inside, pump the abdomen for near about 15 to 16 times. So that was about Agnisha. And then with butterfly posture for the groin part of the body. So that was the posture. And the last but not least is the calf exercise, the calf muscles exercise, by standing and by coming onto the toes and then going back to the heels. So this you can practice, and you can do it in a day, so that your immune system will be very good, and you will be able to fight against any chronic diseases or any viral diseases present in the environment. Okay. So with this, I am done, and hopefully that everybody will be benefited through this. The main thing is you should have a constant touch and with a constant practice of these postures. Fine. Thank you.
Guys, just share me your post-workout pic in a group. Okay, just make your video on so that I will take a screenshot of all of you. Okay. Prashant, you also make your video on. Shreya, Sunita, Gayatri, Satvik.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, I have taken. Okay, so with this yoga session, so what you need to take? You need to take rest for 7 to 8 hours. If you are looking for weight loss, you need to take rest for 7 to 8 hours in a day. You need to take healthy foods. Avoid junk foods if you are looking for a healthy weight loss. Okay, and avoid sugar in your daily life. And after workout, take protein-rich food or protein-based supplement. Okay. And if you are having any query, then you can reach out to me. Okay, so with this, we are done with today's yoga session, and we will again meet on Tuesday, because Monday is holiday for us. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday we are having our cardio sessions. Okay, so we will meet next session on Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Great session it was.
Thank you.